Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Nellie and Ruth Designs. It's Barbie here, and today I'm going to be making a little project, and I'm going to be using circles. I do not have a lot of imagination when it comes to circles. Circles is a stumbling block for me. It's a real mental block, and I was looking on Instagram. I save a lot of things on Instagram. And one of the pieces I saved were, I don't know if the gal refers to them as belly bands, if she refers to them as snippets. I am going to be doing some personal scrapbooking with family photos, and I'm going to be doing some flowery, very feminine pages. So I thought this would be a really fun project to do, and you can incorporate this into your junk journals by all means. Um, so the inspiration comes from, I'm not sure how to pronounce, I think it's Melina, Melina, and I'm going to say Plant, Pylant. She's a big YouTuber. I follow her on YouTube. I'm going to put all this information in my description so you can go there and see where I'm getting the paper, where the inspiration comes from. But this is not my idea. Again, I have a really hard time with circles. So Melina, I'm sorry, I don't know how to really pronounce it. She has Me Crafty Scrapper, and she has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. She has like 15,000 subscribers, but she does really fun projects, and she's very inspirational. And I want to, like I said, I want to make these for my 12 by 12 papers for my scrapbook. So we're going to be making belly bands today, but it's not really a belly band. Again, you can use them. I'm making them as a side border or a bottom border or a top border, or even a small border to put around a special photo I have. These are going to be a little bit larger because I do have a wide variety of circles that I have punched. The paper that I'm going to be using is from Luise Heinzl. And I love Luise's. She has an Etsy shop. She's a big YouTuber as well. And these are the papers that I purchased from Luise on her Etsy shop. And this particular package that I bought is The Show Must Go On. And it's just vibrant. It's beautiful. And someday I will make a junk journal out of these. But I thought these, again, would be perfect to use on my scrapbooking pages. So I want to show you what I ran off. And these pages were not altered in any way, the color. This is just the colors, how they come out. I'm going to be cutting circles using this here. So I'm going to punch a couple circles, few circles with you. I have almost everything laid out and done, but I just wanted to show you Luise's, this. I didn't run off the whole kit. I just ran off what I wanted to use. But it's absolutely beautiful. Her digital collaging, very, very pretty. So if you're new to my channel, I want to welcome you. You can go back and look at a lot of the projects I've done. I do like to use a lot of, I don't do digital downloads at all, in a collage format. I don't create them. I will go on Etsy. I do have some favorite gals that I buy from. And look at her. Isn't she fabulous? So if you're new to my channel, go in the description box. You can go back, take a look at all of my other videos I've done. If you are a subscriber, to my channel, thank you. I appreciate it. And if you're been joining me for the last year, you know, we're gonna work on this project together. And as you know, I try to do some fun items. This is again part of Louise's The Show Must Go On. These are little journaling cards. These here are some fantastic mason jars with the images inside. And I just, you know, you all know that I just love working with vintage women, and I just, these are great. Really fun images. We're not going to be working with these today. I just want to show you what Louise has to offer in this kit. This here I've already cut ahead of time. Again, in the kit, you will get a third row here of butterflies, and you're going to get words and sayings. And I've already cut some of these out for the project we're going to be working on today. So those are the butterflies. And then she also has insects, and I've cut out all of the little sayings that come with that, and I've distressed them. And then these are the insects. This is some of the insects. These are all bees and wasps. I've already cut them out to use, but these are really, look at and these would go really well with Tim Holt's ideology. He has, I think it's maybe the field notes, and he has all of the bug stamps. So these would be fun to work with that. And then again, this is part of the Show Must Go On. And these tickets come with tags and other items. What I did was I just made a duplicate copy, and I singled these out, and I resized them because I wanted to use these on the bands, the belly bands as well. I'm going to call them belly bands, edge enhancers. Maybe I'll call them edge enhancers. So for this, I went ahead, I took some old scrapbooking paper. I do not like stripes, so I try to use my stripes and do little let's just say that they're hidden behind the scenes. If I need a strip, I will use these. So I've made 4 strips. I figured we could make four bands, and I have some fun little vintage lace. I want to use some little snippets on that. And then I have a whole bunch of a variety of sizes and circles that I've cut, and I've just used some scrapbooking paper. So I have a whole bunch. They're all different sizes. And these gals that come up with these ideas are helping me get over my fear of circles, because I really have a mental block. And then the other item that Melina used was some of these fun pieces here these are just little card, not card stock. I'm just having a terrible time this morning. I was up early. We got up my husband woke up at 4:30. He's on the road again, traveling. He's gone all week, he and my son. So we were up really early. They had to be on the road at 6:15 this morning to grab one of his project people. So my mind really isn't all that sharp this morning. And these are the variety of punches I used. These are all Stampin' Up! Circle punches. So I used a 1 3/4. I used a 2 1/2. And I used a 2 1/4. And then I used these small little, this is a 1/2 inch, this is an inch, to make my circles. And then I used this little scalloped one here that is 1¼ inches. So we're going to make a few of the circles using the really pretty floral here. I wanted to wait and punch these with you. So we can just start. I want to make some bigger ones. I don't know if I didn't use the 2½ inch, or did I use the 2? Yeah, I did use the 2½ inch. So obviously when I make my circles, I do just try to get what I would like to use in the little space here, in your little, hopefully this is, probably shouldn't do it like this. I'm probably jiggling the camera all over the place. So I'm going to do one of each of the really large ones, because I have 4 that I want to do. Then I'm going to, so we're going to have 4 of these. I'll do some of the smaller ones. Because we will be overlapping. We will be overlapping some of the circles. And I finally have a little container to put my scraps in. I bought a big container of button mushrooms last week for salads and other items. And I washed the container out. And I decided that that's what I was going to use for my scrap bin. Okay, that's too big. I want to make a couple of these little tiny ones. Okay. So we'll put those little ones right there. And let's see. So this was the 2. That one, we'll do one more here. Then I'm going to use my 2¼ large. We have that one. May not even have to use that other sheet. We'll see. But I think these will be really pretty. I have not been in my craft room for a week now. I was able to get ahead on a lot of my videos, and I went through my house. I did a big spring cleaning. So I'm going to actually do, I think I will do some of these this size or this color too. I like these. So I wanted to get my house all done. And then that way I really wouldn't have to worry about anything. My husband's having shoulder surgery. Soon. And I'm going to be taken away for that for 4 or 5 days. And then when I get home, I'm going to have to tend to him. I'm not going to be able to be up here quite as much. So I'm trying to get ahead of the whole the whole thing. And I think as far as the circles, I think this may be good. I just want to get a little bit more red. All right, we can start with that. Everything else is done. And as far as the distressed ink, I use, oh, I'm getting so I can't see this. Vintage Photo, maybe. I think it says Vintage Photo. So I will just do up a few of these. I'm trying to get everything, if it's a little bit bigger project, trying to get things done ahead of time. So I'm not taking up a lot of your time with this kind of stuff. But sometimes it's nice too to see the whole process, and everybody's at different levels. I definitely still learn from people. I really want to try some mixed media and using all I can think of is gesso. It's not gesso. And here we go. We are starting already. Yeah, that's I love it when they rattle off all these numbers and you have most of the time when you get a spam call, it's about your vehicle's warranty is running out and now's the time to renew. And I'm getting a lot of calls also from the American Red Cross. I'm trying to think of some of the other funky, I guess some really funky calls. My son, I was shocked yesterday. They were here for dinner and we had a really nice day. He had some of his friends over and it was just a really, 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 really nice day. And because I hadn't seen some of his friends in a while. So he and his wife came over and I don't know, at the end of the night, he goes, Mom, he goes, I think I'm going to give up all social media. I'm like, good for you. He's not on it a lot. Either is my daughter-in-law, but I think they're just tired of it. It gets old after a while. I do my crafting. I have my Instagram for my this now to promote my YouTube channel, and I do love doing YouTube, and I belong to a couple Facebook groups where I'm getting more involved in different challenges, but I don't go on. And that's the other thing, I am on Facebook and I'm letting people know I'm on Facebook. And if you send me a friend request, I don't want you to be offended if I don't accept it. I'm not on there to post. I'm not on there to do a lot of sharing. I do my sharing through my YouTube. And I just don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I don't want to get bogged down. I do have, if you see some of the friends that I do have, it's minimal and they have to be crafters that I'm very, very interested in. I can't just, I can't do the friend thing so I want to throw that out there. I don't want anyone to be offended. So All right, so this is how oh, I want to get some tickets too, but this is how Me Crafty Scrapper. Let me just cut out a few little tickets here. This is how she put her little snippets and bands together, and I just think that it's just, they're going to be they're so pretty. I'm adding the lace. To these, you know, behind the words and stuff. So I am changing them up a little bit. And then this is where this comes in handy. You have your little 1/2 inch. And I just make my own little, it's a little bit bigger, but that's okay. I don't mind at all. And of course the corners you can get, you know, really. But this beats. You can use also a paper punch. I think a paper punch, if you want to get that smaller, the smaller corner, you can, or you can just cut it. Maybe I should have cut it first, cut these down, and then I could have punched the sides, the insides just a little bit different. So there's, obviously, as you can see, there's a couple different ways that you can do it. But like I said, I'm not real concerned because these will be covered up somewhat. There, so you can just do that. And if you want to come all the way around, if you want to get closer, you can also get a little bit closer. They don't have to be so wide. And you can actually make these a little bit smaller if you want to, by resizing them. But I thought these would be a good size. So like I said before, you just have to make it your own. Everybody has a different style. They like things a little different. You know, you can run with an idea. You can be inspired by someone's work. Just remember, if you know, you do see something, and there's so many ideas out there. I don't know if anybody can ever say anymore, you know, oh, I came up with that, or, you know, that was my idea. But it's always nice to give other people credit where credit is due. There's a lot out there. So, all right, so there we have some tickets we can play with too. So this is the fun part. This is where you can start adding some little floral pieces. And I think that's what really, I just want to make sure here maybe I can do it. Let me do it this way. So I'm all in shot of it. I'll work kind of at an angle a little bit. It's hard to work at an angle. I got to do it this way. Sorry. So I'm just going to kind of get things laid out here first, and then and see, you can just layer, and we can tuck and do other fun little things. I'm going to do a little bit smaller one here. So these are going to be really pretty. And I could put a ticket. I could put a ticket on the bottom to square it up. And if you're doing a scrapbook page, just make sure that you do your 12-inch strip, and then you don't go beyond that. So I think what I'm going to do, instead of gluing everything down, I think I'm going to now that I kind of know how I want it, I'm going to take some double-sided tape. Trying to think what would be the most. Maybe I will glue it. I can just lift. You could do double-sided tape. I mean, a nice way to do it, if you want to remember how you did it, you could put another strip next to it, and then you could just start from the bottom and transfer it over. That way you would remember where everything was. That's another good way to do it. So I'm just going to put this all the way down. And then this, I'll put a little bit here and a little bit there. And I'm not going to bear with me. I'm not going to distress around the flowers. I want to keep them oh, Barbie. Gosh darn it. That's why it wasn't sticking. Okay. All right. Here we go. So here's our first little faux pas. So let's take this off of here. I guess I can't. So we're just going to have to leave it like this. I had two there. So that's all right. That's okay. It's all good. It's all good. So wondered why that was acting kind of funny. And now I know why. Now I know why. Okay, I'm going to get these down first before I this we're going to, goes this way, put on the bottom here. And then we are going to, what did I do? I had, yeah, we'll put that like that. And then I'm going to put, because I got to cover that little bit up there. I'm going to put that like that. All right, so there's our base, and we can add to that. All right, I just have to kind of ignore that there where it's twisted and a little wonky. All right, so I want to add one of these butterflies because I think these are pretty. So maybe that butterfly there. And again, you can build and layer however you want to. Just, keep in mind, if you do come to the left hand side here, the way this is, when you have your scrapbooking page, so say this is part of your page here, you're going to want to put this on the inside this way. So if you're opening your book and you're looking at your book, and maybe we'll do a couple pages using these, which I think would be a really good idea. You're going to want to put it here, because if you put it on this side, you're going to have a little bit more. Or you can have a title there, however you want to do it. If you do a horizontal one, just keep in mind that you're going to want to position your butterfly a little differently. But yeah, this is fun. When I saw these, I'm going to call her Melina. Maybe it's Melina. When I saw her make these, I don't know if I saw her make them. I didn't see her make them. I saw them on her Instagram. I did try to look and find the video. I couldn't find it. I on her YouTube site, I did look for belly band, and I looked for cluster snippets, and I couldn't find these exact ones, so I want to apologize about that, because let's get this down a little bit here. Oop. So we'll put that there. And we're going to put this. And again, I don't feel that I have to really do the ends or whatever, because in my scrapbooks, I put page protectors over them. So it's okay if this, for me, if this just isn't all totally glued down. All right, so we have Timeless Story there. And I think I'm going to add another little piece here. Maybe I won't add that. Do a little note to self. You can use tulle on these, which would be really pretty. Tucked in and around, which maybe we can use on one of the other ones. And then up here, I'd like to do just a little something there, and maybe it'll just be, maybe I could just add a couple little pieces of let's see if we can just add a couple little pieces of No, I don't like that. I'm going to get some tulle. I might be able to add a little tiny bit of tulle there. And I have a little bit of pink, and I have a little bit of this gold. So maybe I could take just a little snippet of the pink. Yeah, I like that. And just add that there. And I'm just going to add you could add a little bit of sari silk. I like the tulle because it's just it's light. It's the pinky. And I'm just going to work it right down in there just so it gives just a little bit of a cute little look. You could add sequins to the tulle. So see, it just adds just a little tiny bit there. And I'm going to put a little tiny clamp on that just to hold that down right there. So there's the first one, which I think is very, very pretty. So we'll set this aside. I'll put that over here. And then we'll make a couple more. Ah, yeah, so let's see here. I do like the... I was watching someone else the other day, and I can't remember the name, but I really, really, really liked the journal that she was working on. It was very simple, which I just really commend her, because she was just using the same pieces over and over again. And I liked that because it was very cohesive, very, a very fluid, very nice theme throughout her book. So that's another thing to, take into consideration. You really don't need to do a lot of different, stick with a main theme or whatever. Let's see here. And this does really help a lot if you, oh gosh, have, like I said, I really have trouble with circles, and when I saw this, I just thought it was just really nice. I can tuck something, a little something inside there, a little something, something. And I do like using, these are really pretty, when you use them on cards, but these are really pretty in these bands as well. All right, so I think that is good. I think I'd like to use some of these little ones in this one as well. No ticky on that one. I like the bee there. All right, so that's pretty. I like that one. Then maybe we can just dot these a little bit. Okay, so let's start with go with the top down. Sounds like we're getting ready to go for a ride in a convertible, doesn't it? Let's start with the top down. So remember, if you're working with the art glitter glue, it dries fast, so see how quick that dries. So just make sure that your placement is where you want it, because once it's down, it is down. Right, kind of off to the side here. I'm not going to put anything down under this yet, or not going to glue this down, because I may put something down under there. So let me get my tweezers. I think these little dots might be kind of fun to just put around a little variety. All right, we can put more on there after. Let's do, here's a wanderlust. Oh, we got to have a be yourself. And we could do an explore. So, okay, we've got this, the be yourself. There. Be yourself. That's cute. Okay, be yourself. Then we have a little explore. Okay. There. So you get the hang of it. I know I really am going to be making a lot of these. These are something that you could really mass produce. And there's so many different, a lot of different varieties that you could use. Not just the flowers, but, you know, your tickets. I mean, there's so many things that you could do with these that would be just so much fun. And you can just keep adding and adding and adding. Cute. These are really pretty. And I really do love using these with it. But aren't they cute? I just think they're so pretty. It was a nice idea that Melina, I'm going to call her Melina, that she had. Really, really lovely idea. I can duplicate. It's not hard for me to duplicate. Or replicate. Replicate it, duplicate it. That's cute. Just a little tiny bit of, that coming out over the butterfly. So that is today's project. I'm going to continue making these off camera. So here's the first one with the little bit of tulle that we added and put on there. Let me get these here. I'll do them this way, so then you can have it can be a nice, and then you have a little bit of lace. Here I added the tulle, but yeah, these are quite lovely. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I just think they're really, really, really pretty. It's kind of hard to stop looking at them. And I'm already thinking of other things that I could do to add on to this with the circles and all of that for my junk journal and my scrapbook pages. So again, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's always fun to share what other people are doing and how you can incorporate them in your work. So if you like it, give me a thumbs up. I would love to hear your comments on it. Follow the other gals. Go to my my description box and you'll find everything in there. So thanks everybody. Have a really great day and I'll see you in my next video. Alrighty, bye-bye.